Hey, what's up, everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we're going to do another breakdown here today on David Rudisha, the sprinter out of Kenya. I guess he's the 800-meter sprinter. Really, overall, very, very talented athlete. Really, I want to do a comparison of what the stride looks like from the first 400 meters and compare that to what the stride looks like in the second 400 meters. So we'll just get the breakdown right underway. Rudisha's here in, trailing the runner who kind of sets the pace here. And notice here in what stood out to me in the first lap is Rudisha's really ability to look very, very relaxed while he's sprinting. A lot of the same things that we talk about in the sprinting even apply to what Rudisha's doing. Notice how well he is able to push off and get his heel right up to his butt. Look at that flexibility with that left leg getting that heel right up to his butt. And then has a nice transition through and a nice easy extension out. So there's not very much wasted motion there. Really, what he's doing where he's getting most of his force from is being able to push off the ground and get that heel up to his butt really quickly, and then transfer. And then from there, the transition is nice and smooth and seamless here with the right leg, where he's driving it back through, extending out, and then pulling back. Only a slight pull. He doesn't need to overexert himself on the pull, really, because he's so tall. It makes it a lot easier for him to really push off. Very, very simple there. You can see again with that right leg, it's a nice, easy push off. Then he goes and he gets that nice, easy transfer through. Not too much of a pull there, but enough to make it so he's getting some speed. So with that being said, I think what is a big what Rudisha's really big strength is when he's pushing up, and really it's the utilization of his arms and his core. So notice as he's driving up here, how his arms are allowing himself to drive up as well. That left arm's coming up as his left leg is coming up, and then as he transitions through, he's really absorbing the force by getting rotation here in the mid-spine. Notice how he's doing that. So he's landing and he's trying to rotate through that. So now when he pushes back off, it's a very light, very easy push-off, and he doesn't have to waste too much force when he's doing it. Notice how some of these other guys in the back, when they're moving, they're not getting near as much of a rotational push during that landing stage. Notice how, like here, notice how when he lands, he's just going right down and landing. And then compare that to Rudisha. When Rudisha's landing, he's rotating. Notice his shoulders. Boom. See how those shoulders are right now? And then as he's landing, he's rotating in those shoulders to allow that force to get distributed throughout his hips, really. And then from there, now he's going to use that force that's kind of built up in his hips to then get a nice push out, get really good extension. Look at that, how good he gets up onto that toe there. Again, we can compare that to some of the other guys here. Here you can see how he's pushing off his toe and how that leg's a little bit back behind him. Notice how Rudisha really does a good job of getting a lot of vertical force in his push, which really helps him in allowing him to keep a lot of energy for a long period of time. Okay, now we're going to go to the ending part of the race. We're going to have a little bit different angle here. Okay. Now notice how you get definitely more pull here, and his arms have totally opened up, okay, compared to before. His arms were not going near as far back. He wasn't using that as much, but now he's really opening up the arms. The stride is really pretty similar. I think he's getting a little bit more of a pullback here. Notice here when he's pulling back underneath and he's landing, he is doing a better job of pulling, but he does it's really similar to how he drives that heel up to his butt and then transfers right through. But that is very textbook there, and what he's able to accomplish. And notice you'll be able to see it better here. Notice how much rotation he's able to get. Boom. And look at that rotation he's getting in his mid-back as he's going to extension. This helps him in activating that right lat, which that right lat attaches to that left glute in terms of muscular connections and fascia. And so he's really getting a lot out of that right shoulder, and then a lot out of that left glute as he's pushing off, which then helps him in gaining momentum as he drives through here. Boom, and now he can push up with that right leg and help that, or with that right arm to help that right leg really get good acceleration off. And he's combining that with really reaching back with that left shoulder and getting good activation out of that left glute as well. Right glute here, left shoulder, right glute, boom, pushing up. And notice how vertical he is. It's excellent how well he does this in his ability to push off and get and maintain good thoracic mobility throughout. So I would really say one of Rudisha's big overall strengths are his ability to get good T-spine rotation. He uses that T-spine rotation to make it so not only when he lands, he's able to distribute force nicely, right? So notice how seamlessly he's able to transmit force, and then from there push off and really get a large amount of force out of his lower body because of the momentum that he's generating within the upper body. I mean, really, really well done. And you can see, too, in how he's running, he's a little bit kind of rotational, right, especially with that left arm. Notice how he's crossing over there. Okay, right arm doesn't do as much crossing, or the hand doesn't do as much crossing, but more the shoulder does the crossing. But it still allows him to get more glute activation. Now, you know, there becomes a time where you go for more power production and not as much overall kind of, I guess, efficiency. And that's where David kind of hits the he hit a wall, I guess, where now he has to go much more for power because he's running out of overall energy in the tank. And that's when he really drives through and is using a little bit more of that mid-back and arm in order to make it so he can get all the force that he needs into his sprint. So, yeah, definitely an interesting breakdown. As always, let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. Thanks for watching the videos. You can ask me any questions at Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, at yourperformancelab.com. Don't forget to, first subscribe, like the video, as well as check out our Everything You Need to Go Get Faster free ebook. You can download that in the description below, as well as check out our 12-week speed mechanics program where we focus in on developing your speed mechanics and your sprinting mechanics, as well as you get access to our new hip flexor 6-phase hip flexor exercise program, an excellent program to make it so you could really accelerate as a sprinter, and very, very excited to release it. But yeah, check out all the stuff we have. We're always trying to add more value to you guys, and always we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you soon.